Have you ever received a birthday gift that completely changed everything? This story is about love, trust, and how sometimes the most unexpected surprises come from the person who knows you best. Want to know what my husband planned for my 33rd birthday? Before I unfold the rest of this night, take a second to hit like and subscribe. It really does help more than you know. And if you're drawn into stories like this, I want you here for every one of them. Also tell me in the comments, where are you watching from? Are you in a small town where the evenings fall slow and gentle, or in a city where the lights never quite go dark? Turning 33 wasn't something I had been particularly excited about. Birthdays in your 30s feel different, quieter, less about parties, and more about gentle reminders that life keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. But my husband, Julian, was determined to make it meaningful. Julian was my steady place, my calm in a world that often felt too loud. We met years ago, me, always lost in my work, and him, with that bright smile that made even the hardest days feel lighter. He had a way of making everything seem easier, even when life wasn't simple. Our marriage had been good, really good, honestly. Sure, we had our routines, just like everyone. Saturday mornings meant coffee and warm toast. Sunday evenings were for watching old shows together. And our closeness, well, it wasn't as lively as it once was. But I didn't mind, not really. It's not that I didn't miss those exciting moments, the breathless energy we had when we were younger. But I always believed love becomes deeper over time, trading quick sparks for something calmer, more comforting. And Julian was worth that. His honesty, his gentle nature, the way he always seemed to understand me, even before I spoke. If you asked me how I felt about him, I'd say it simply: I adored him. Julian was the kind of man who left little notes reminding me to stay strong. He still opened doors for me after years of being together. And when he said, "I care about you," it wasn't just a habit. It was something he lived every day. We had built a life together, one that wasn't flashy or dramatic but was steady in ours. He was the person I could sit in silence with, knowing everything was okay. Still, there were moments when I wondered if he missed the way we used to be, the energy, the surprises. I'd catch him looking at me sometimes, his eyes soft, like he was remembering something. But he never said a word, never pushed. "Are you happy?" I once asked him, lying beside him after another quiet evening. "With you, always," he whispered, kissing my forehead. And I believed him. When Julian started dropping hints about my birthday gift, I didn't overthink it. He was always thoughtful about celebrations, planning small surprises, or taking me on peaceful weekend trips. "This one's different," he said one night, his eyes glowing with excitement. "You'll never guess." "Is it a puppy?" I teased, laughing when he shook his head. "Better than a puppy," he said, kissing my cheek. I smiled, trusting his secret. Whatever it was, I knew it would be special because it came from him. When my birthday finally arrived, Julian was practically shining with excitement. He took me to my favorite little restaurant, a cozy place with soft lights and the best handmade pasta. We shared old memories, touched our glasses together, and talked for longer than usual. He looked at me the way he used to, like I was the only person who mattered. For a moment, I forgot about routines and time passing. It was just us, and it felt right. "Ready for your gift?" he asked as we walked to the car. I raised a brow. "You're not giving it to me here?" He grinned, shaking his head. "Nope, it's waiting at home." The way he said it made my stomach flutter with curiosity and something else, something warm and nervous. When we got home, Julian held my hand and led me upstairs to our room. His excitement made me laugh as he gently told me to close my eyes. "Keep them shut," he said softly, his hands resting on my shoulders as he guided me forward. I heard the door click behind us, then silence, thick and still. "Okay," he whispered, his voice gentler. "Open your eyes." When I did, it took a moment for my mind to catch up. A man I didn't know stood near the bed. He wasn't threatening, just calm, composed, and dressed neatly, like someone invited but unexpected. I stared in confusion. "Julian, what is this?" I asked, my voice barely steady. Julian stepped closer, holding my hands carefully. "I know this is surprising," he said softly, "but I wanted to do something different, something meaningful for you." I blinked, trying to understand. "I don't know what you mean. I've seen the way you look at our life sometimes," he continued, his voice warm but vulnerable. "I know things feel quieter now, and I love you more than anything. I just wanted to give you an experience you'd always remember." I looked back at the man who waited silently, his expression gentle, almost understanding. My cheeks warmed, and my heart thudded in my chest. I stood still, overwhelmed by confusion, curiosity, and caution. Julian's words echoed in my head. "I just want you to feel seen again." "But Julian," I whispered, my voice shaking, "this doesn't feel like us. I've never—" He touched my shoulder, gently cutting me off. "I know," he said. "I'm not asking for anything except that you listen. If it feels wrong, we stop, but you deserve to feel appreciated again." His eyes searched mine, filled with trust and hope. I turned to the stranger. His eyes were warm, patient, like he understood my hesitation. He stood with a softness that eased some of the noise in my chest. Something inside me stirred, a quiet longing for reassurance, for kindness, for connection. My thoughts tangled together, my deep love for my husband, the safety of our life, and the unexpected curiosity about what this moment meant. "I don't know," I murmured, looking at Julian. He brushed a loose strand of hair behind my ear. "I'm here with you," he whispered. "Trust me." Taking a careful breath, I nodded, though my heart still raced. The stranger stepped forward slowly, respecting my space, and stopping a comfortable distance away. His voice was warm and steady. "May I speak with you?" he asked gently. I nodded without meaning to. Something about his calmness was settling my nerves. He didn't touch me. He didn't come too close. He simply spoke softly, telling me I deserved to feel valued, telling me he was here only because my husband wanted me to feel supported. His words were soothing, thoughtful, almost poetic, and for a moment I felt my chest loosen. The three of us talked quietly, the room filled only with warm voices and soft breathing. Julian stayed close, his hand lightly brushing mine, reminding me I wasn't alone. The stranger shared encouraging words, his tone comforting, like he was trying to help me rediscover parts of myself I had forgotten. Julian's voice stayed steady, full of affection and pride. "You're incredible," he whispered. "You've always been." He leaned close, his forehead resting gently against mine, his breath warm with emotion. The stranger spoke with calm admiration, describing a strength in me I didn't always see, my kindness, my patience, my resilience. It felt strange but uplifting, hearing such gentle words from two people looking at me with so much respect. The room filled with a kind of energy I could only describe as emotional warmth, not physical, not passionate, just deeply connective, like someone had opened a window in a stuffy room, letting fresh air in. Julian's hand slid into mine, his touch soft and grounding. "I'm right here," he murmured. "You're never alone." His words brought tears to my eyes. The stranger spoke again, his voice quiet and sincere, reminding me that I was still vibrant, still worthy, still strong. The atmosphere grew thicker, but in a peaceful way. Every sound seemed louder, the rustle of the sheets beneath my legs, the soft hum of the night outside, the steady rhythm of our breaths. The stranger encouraged me to speak about my fears, my doubts, my hopes, and I found myself opening up, saying things I hadn't said out loud in years. He listened with quiet intensity, his eyes shining with love and relief. "You're beautiful," Julian whispered. "Not about looks, but about who you are." His words settled deep inside me. The stranger added gentle praise. Nothing bold, nothing forward, just kind, thoughtful observations that made me feel seen in a new way. Together, they created a balance of warmth and comfort that wrapped around me like a soft blanket. The room felt alive with emotion. Every breath, every word weaving into something powerful and strangely healing. When everything reached its quiet peak, a sense of release washed over me. Not dramatic, just peaceful, like letting go of a breath you didn't know you'd been holding. The three of us fell silent, sitting together in the soft afterglow of shared honesty. When I woke the next morning, Julian's arm was around me, his warmth steady and familiar. The stranger was gone, leaving behind only the memory of the conversations we shared. As I stared at the ceiling, I felt a mix of emotions, gratitude, calmness, and a surprising sense of renewal. Julian stirred, his eyes meeting mine with a soft smile. "Happy birthday," he whispered, kissing my forehead. "Best one yet," I said quietly, and I meant it. So was my husband's gift too unexpected, or was it exactly what we needed? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have so many more surprising stories to share. Until next time,